Criminals come in many shapes and sizes, with their crimes ranging in intensity between robbery, assault, and much worse. However, the worst type of criminals are predators, considering they prey on the weak and vulnerable, exploiting them in dangerous ways. Here are 5 cases where officers managed to catch these scary individuals just in time. Case 1. Chad. Starting off with this case from November 7th, 2022, in which 43-year-old Chad Von Swall traveled for 30 minutes to meet a 15-year-old in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, after several days of messaging back and forth. But what he didn't know was that the 15-year-old was an undercover cop in disguise. He arrived at the scene, but to his surprise, found a whole squad of police officers waiting for him instead.
That's him.
He's here. Show me your hands! Get down on the ground, do it now! Get down on the ground!
On the ground!
Sheriff's office! Get your hands out of your pocket. Put your hands behind your back. I'm going in. You guys can come up.
Chad had been texting an investigator who pretended to be a 15-year-old on the popular Whisper app. The content of the messages was extremely concerning, with Chad acknowledging at certain points that he knew talking to the girl would get him in trouble. He also mentioned various acts he'd like to perform on her. After this, he traveled from Burlington to Mount Pleasant, attempting to meet her, after which he was taken into custody. However, when the officers discover what he's carrying, they're left with an even more unsettling feeling.
You got anything on you? Any kind of weapons?
No. Knives, anything that's gonna poke me, stab me?
You got gloves on?
Here, stand up. We're gonna check the vehicle.
Yeah.
Camera.
Chad has brought food from Chick-fil-A, a popular fast food place, and contraceptives along with him. At this point, it is extremely clear what his intentions for the fake girl were, and it is a relief he was caught in time before he could actually do any damage. A quick search of his car thankfully reveals nothing suspicious.
Alright. We'll have you take a seat right here. Just watch your corners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take your work one.
Yeah, that one. Here, is this? I'll put this off.
Go ahead.
Chad's items are all confiscated and he is led to the back of the police car. Considering he had very impure intentions today, the officers have shown him a great deal of respect, even when he didn't deserve any. Judging by his silence, he knows he's messed up big time. Chad is taken down to the police station, where he's charged with a felony count of using a computer to facilitate a child sex crime, and he also receives a citation of $200 for operating while suspended. Ultimately, his cash bond was set at $25,000, but with conditions that he not interact with any underage females and not use any internet-connected devices. Case 2. Christopher. The last case is nothing compared to Christopher Jones, who was charged with and found guilty of sexual offenses back in 1999, but didn't learn his lesson back then, and took it a step further today by spying on his neighbor. The neighbor heard a drone hovering outside her bathroom window and reported to the police immediately. According to investigators, the drone footage shows that Christopher repeatedly spied on the woman in the shower while she was nude. Following is the confrontation between Christopher and the police.
I'm actually surprised that you guys are here for this. I was waiting for you guys to come pick me up.
For something that happened earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you talked to anybody about that?
What do you mean?
Like detective-wise or anything?
No.
Do you still have to? Are you still registered?
No, I mean that my prior incident.
That's all.
That's all done. It's almost 25 years
Okay.
ago.
Okay.
All right.
This is a new issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I was contacted by the family last night at 10:30.
Okay.
Okay.
It's basically invasion of privacy.
Okay.
Very ashamed about this. Very embarrassed.
In a surprising turn of events, it's revealed the officers are not there to address the drone crime. Rather, they are here on a welfare check, which occurs when the police respond to a requested area to check on the safety or well-being of a person. As Christopher opens up about the incident, it only shows how 25 years have changed nothing, as he's still committing similar crimes today. If anything, this is proof that individuals like these can't be rehabilitated. Then he confesses his wrongdoing entirely.
I had a drone, and I actually flew it in the neighbor's yard, and which I thought that was what.
What we're here for right now.
Yes.
Let me tell you what. I'll make a phone call to give you some peace of mind to see if there's anything that's happening with that. All right. Is that the reason that you called out of work? Because you expected us to be around?
I want to eliminate.
Keep that on you. Just walk over to my car. You're just being detained right now just because of the statements you made to us, and we're still trying to figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
So, like I said, you're just detained. You're not under arrest. So just have a seat in there, okay? You've been nothing but good with us, and we really appreciate that, okay?
Well,
just give us a few minutes to figure some things out, all right?
I know your jobs are hard, and
Okay. Well, like I said, we really appreciate it. I'm actually going to have you just take your wallet out. I didn't go through it, so. I'll put this window down for you. We're going to figure this out. Thank you.
Christopher does express remorse over his actions. However, he may be only regretful because he was caught. There is no telling how violated the woman feels right now to constantly have a drone hover over her window when she's trying to take a shower. After he's detained, the officers then offer him a chance.
We're asking if you would like to get in your own truck, follow us down to the station, speak with the detective that's going to be handling the case. Maybe it's a misunderstanding, maybe it's not. We don't know. It's still being investigated. So, as of right now, there's no charges against you, okay?
Yeah.
So we're not going to take you. If you would like to come down to the station and clear this all up on your own, we would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you at this point.
well, if there's no charges against me right now,
Correct.
I mean,
we would like to clear this whole incident up. Obviously, you came out and you said some things to us.
right.
We would like to clear this up. If you would like to come down and speak with the detective that's going to be handling this case and clear the air today, we would appreciate that.
The officer gives Christopher a chance to come down to the station and clear things up on his end. The reason why the officers are trying to be so respectful and friendly is to help the suspect be more compliant and agreeable when they get to the police station. However, behind the innocent facade, Christopher is a cunning man, as he responds with this.
My only fear is that I go down there and I speak to the detective, and not with legal representation, and then I end up staying there. You know,
If you'd like to call an attorney, speak to whoever you need to, and then come down and speak with them, that's...
the owner of my company, I spoke to him this morning.
Okay.
And he has a lawyer that he uses, and he was going to run the situation by him to get his legal advice, and then refer me to someone who specializes.
What's bizarre is that Christopher doesn't want to go to the station without legal representation, but then willfully tells the cops everything they could want to know. It's clear that his only fear is that he's about to suffer the consequences of his actions. Now it's time to go back to the reason the officers were there in the first place. It really is a shocker how the officers arrived at Christopher's residence for an entirely different reason, but were met with the confession of a lifetime. The relief can clearly be seen on Christopher's face that he hasn't been apprehended for his vile act. However, he's delusional to believe he'll be let go that easily. As Christopher is lured into a false sense of security, the responding officer calls for backup and they come knocking on his door. As soon as he steps out, he already knows he will be arrested. Christopher is then taken down to the station and is charged with one felony count of video voyeurism. Case 3. Gary. While Christopher was only spying on his victim, Gary takes it to a whole other level of creepiness. On June 9th in a Walmart in Georgia, a report was made to the police department after a man was accused of allegedly touching the bottoms of 2 young female customers and taking upskirt photos of others. The 16-year-old victim later told police she was standing in the toy aisle when Gary smacked her rear end. The mother of the victim said it was important to report the incident. The next day, the man returned to the supercenter and police rushed to the building where they were shown footage of the suspect, a man identified as Gary Moultrie.
To these 2 females right here.
What's he doing?
Walking around grabbing their. He just grabbed their ass. Here it is.
This dude here?
Yeah. Yep.
Black roll back 17 and show him if you want.
You got him? He just turned down home.
Yep.
He coming towards the front?
Yeah, he's coming towards. Actually, he's circling. He's like the second one. He's tried to. Or this is the first one we caught on camera.
Pharmacy. Okay. He's wearing glasses? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yesterday he was in here and a little girl probably 9, reported that he grabbed her butt.
Yep.
And then we were looking for him, but he got out before we could get to him.
Right.
And then today.
See, he was thinking about doing it right here.
Pull up a 17.
Surveillance video from the clothing section captured 33-year-old Gary Moultrie approaching and touching women. The video also shows him putting his phone underneath one woman's skirt. At that moment, the police suddenly notice Gary trying to take another upskirt photo in the live video and rush to apprehend him.
Move. He's coming outside. General merchandise. Move.
106 radio, DFS. Subject was 680 on foot.
10-4.
I am. I've got him at the garden center.
Gary immediately attempts to flee, and in a high-tension atmosphere, a wild chase starts between him and the officers. As Gary runs outside, he tries to hide in the garden center. However, an officer is quick to catch up with him. She's now face-to-face with the infamous sex offender.
I've got him at the garden center. Stop! Stop!
My daughter is like right there, and she needs some help. Now.
Glasses, black shirt, camo pants, black shoes.
He's running back the other way.
All right, he's going back into Walmart. No! Stop!
My daughter needs some help, man. You're not listening.
10-4, he's running around the garden center. If I get someone else over here. Stop right there!
My daughter is in trouble.
Gary makes an absolutely bizarre statement, claiming that his daughter needs help and is outside. However, if that story were actually true, then he wouldn't be attempting to run from the officers. It's clear that he's making up lies as he goes, and since he shows no signs of surrendering, the officers are forced to do this. The officer tases Gary, promptly causing him to drop to the ground and end the chase. But Gary's antics show no sign of ending even now as he attempts to smash his phone to break it. Since his phone has evidence of his wrongdoing, it only makes sense why he would want to get rid of it. But the police are quick on their feet and stop him before the evidence is destroyed.
I'll grab it for you, LT, if you want. I can always come back.
I'll put the seat down. It should be unlocked.
Corporal.
There's a lens there too.
After this whole fiasco and a struggle that rattled the officers, Gary is taken down to the station. The man now faces charges of sexual battery, but that's not all, as he was also convicted in 2016 for child molestation and statutory rape. Case 4. Andrew. If you thought Gary was bad, you haven't seen Andrew yet, as on August 25th at a thrift store, Andrew allegedly attempted to push an 8-year-old girl into a restroom. For context, Andrew belonged to a homeless shelter and was volunteering at the thrift store when the incident happened. Thankfully, the girl's 6-year-old brother noticed what was going on and called out for his mother, who was close by, after which the police were immediately called. Following is the interaction between the victim's mother and the officer.
My daughter was apparently attempted to be pulled into the bathroom by a young man here.
Okay. Not the manager, he's a worker.
I said a young man.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
I was right around the corner at the racks where the clothes were. My son came over and told me someone was trying to grab her and take her into the bathroom.
Okay.
I obviously went over there and he was inside with her trying to get out of the bathroom, crying. That's another reason why I don't believe that he tried to push her out, because I saw her in the bathroom trying to get out.
That's the only way he told me. I didn't see it.
I would like you to not be around her, please.
It's terrifying to imagine what must have gone through that girl's mind as Andrew dragged her off to the washroom. Had the little brother not been around to alert the mother, no one knows what could have happened to the girl. At this moment, the girl's father shows up.
Why don't you guys go ahead? Just take off. We'll get back with you guys when we have more information, okay?
What happened?
Yep.
You got porn in the bathroom.
What?
Somebody, kid that works there tried to pull her into the bathroom.
Is he in there?
No, hey.
Is he in there?
Stay here.
No. Is he in there?
I'm going to go deal with that in a moment, okay?
Did he pull you into the
bed? Why don't you guys go ahead? Head on home, and I'll get a hold of you.
Maybe that is for like
As soon as the girl's father finds out she was endangered like that, his anger climbs like a volcano, and rightfully so. If the officer hadn't stopped him, there was no telling what he would have gone and done to Andrew. But the officer is smart, and he knows that moments of anger can lead to big consequences, so he advises the family to go home. After this, more information is revealed about the suspect.
He had a charge in Lapeer that he was on probation for a misdemeanor, but he was never charged and he never had enough evidence of the same thing.
Okay.
What I see on the camera, I can forward it to you, is him going in the back, coming back out, then looking and waited till they came back around. And it's right back there in the corner, so I have no clear angle on that. His name is named, you got his information?
I'll be getting it from him.
Okay, so I got both doors locked just because of that situation. I didn't want to escalate. Would you like to go around back and talk to him, or just...
Yeah, well...
We can go through you.
Andrew's character only becomes shadier once information comes to light that he was involved in a similar incident before. For context, in the theater incident, Andrew went and hid in the women's restroom and did this to a 10-year-old girl. He went right behind her, grabbed her around the throat, and used the other hand to muffle her screaming. Thankfully, the girl was able to fight off the teen and ran out of the bathroom. Now, the officer finally goes to confront Andrew.
You got ID on you?
Yes, but can I talk to you?
I need your ID so I know who I'm talking to first.
I'm gonna go to jail, ain't I? Because everybody's gonna believe everything. Is he gonna pose a tape?
That's what he's doing.
Can I talk, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was in the bathroom. Before I shut the door, I told her, because they pick a free toy, you can ask them up there. I told them that you guys can get a free toy. So they go there looking at toys. I shut the door. When I was using the bathroom, the little girl walked in on me, and she made it halfway in the doorway. I freaked out and tried to slam the door, and it hit her. That's why she was crying. I can't go to jail, dude. I'm on probation.
The fact that his first response is not wanting to go to jail instead of claiming he wouldn't do that to a child is very telling of his guilt. What's scarier is the story he uses to cover up his mistakes, saying he was only offering a toy to the young girl. However, the officer is about to turn up the heat on him.
A misdemeanor assault? I can't.
Misdemeanor assault for what?
I don't know.
Where do you live at?
The rescue mission. Please, I can't go to jail. I'm so screwed. I can't go to jail. What?
Buddy, this is
Yep,
so far above
I'm
my
screwed.
pay
I'm
grade.
I want to make sure
I'm
I
going.
got your name on.
I have a question. Can we step out the back door so I can at least smoke while we talk, please?
No, not right now.
Andrew saying he can't survive in jail is also proof that he knows he will receive the same treatment there that he tried doing to the innocent girl. He's also given up on providing his side of the story, as he knows there's no getting out of this. The officer then asks him about the theater incident, but Andrew has a different story to tell.
When did you get in trouble in?
About a year ago, over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago almost.
Okay, and what did you get in trouble for?
Assault.
What happened?
I got into a fight.
With who?
Friend of mine. We were at the movie theater. Him and me got in an argument after the movie. Started a whole entire fight. The police showed up.
You ever been in trouble for anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Andrew lies through his teeth, claiming the incident revolved around assault between him and his friend, when the reality is that he was caught doing the same thing to a 10-year-old girl that he's doing to an 8-year-old today. The officer then goes to check security footage to confirm what happened today. The footage reveals that the mother's story adds up more than Andrew's story. However, in a moment of desperation, Andrew tries to plead his case even now, vehemently denying the accusations. He's gone so far into his Oscar-worthy acting that he goes to demonstrate to the officer what actually happened in the washroom.
I'm sitting on the toilet. Open the door real quick. Just open it.
Mm-hmm.
She opens the door and walks right there. I hurry up and get up and try to pull my pants up, and I grab her shoulder. Like I said, then the little boy came around the corner, and when I tried to push her out, the door got stuck with my foot. It kept pushing, so I'm trying to pull my pants up and push her out. And that's when she hit her head right there. That's when she started crying, and the little boy saw me put my hands on her shoulder, because I put my hands on her shoulder to stop her from coming in fully, and that's when I pushed her out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I swear to God, please.
The officer doesn't believe a word of what Andrew is saying right now, as his story is crumbling to pieces. At the start, he claimed the girl started crying because he slammed the door on her. After he finds out that the officer knows he put his hands on the girl, he claims he was trying to push her out as well. When the officer refuses to budge, Andrew's dramatics reach a new high.
You taking me to jail?
Yeah.
Please, please.
Get off the phone.
Please, I swear. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, right now.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear.
Stop.
I swear. I didn't do nothing. Please. Can I at least speak to Tom before I go? Can I at least speak to him?
Can you stop screaming?
Yes. Did the camera show me doing anything?
The cameras back up more what the little girl said than what you said.
The suspect starts crying out of nowhere, throwing a tantrum similar to how a child would. However, when he slips in between the waterworks is concerning. He asks if the cameras caught him in the act or not. Andrew knows if there is no evidence, he can get away with it. However, the law is not so kind, and he's charged with attempted unlawful imprisonment, kidnapping and child enticement, and assault. Case 5. Jeffrey. From an employee in a thrift store to a bus driver, these criminals prove there is no limit they can't cross. Wisconsin police opened an investigation on May 11, 2023 into the activities of a 65-year-old man who interacted with a 15-year-old on Facebook. The content of the conversation is disturbing, as Jeffrey talked in depth about sexual acts he enjoyed and then also offered the boy drugs. But there's a twist, as the man was not aware that the account was being used by an undercover officer and arranged a meeting with the supposed boy. However, on the day, he was met by officers instead.
Hey, how are you? Put that down, please. Put that down, please. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Put this stuff down. Hands behind your back, please. Just relax. 131-195. You're under arrest. Huh? You're under arrest.
Okay.
Can you let go of that, please?
Oh.
Is there anything on your person that's going to poke me or stick me or anything like that?
Pardon me?
Any sharp objects on your person? Any weapons?
No.
Jackknife. Oh. Jackknife, no problem.
The fact that Jeffrey is a bus driver makes the situation all the more horrifying, as there is no telling what thoughts he's had about his passengers before. As the officers search him, they discover the unsettling things he's carrying.
Alright, pull the squad out. Really? Just wait a minute. Start up? Start him?
Yeah. I turned the key. I don't know if you tried that.
No, I did a bunch. It's blowing hot air and it said it did the whole. I've had it happen once before.
What this is? Jungle juice solvent cleaner.
So just taking a picture of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing those are supposed to be beads. I just want to make sure there's no dope in here. These are lubed up or gel.
Jeffrey has brought along with him meth and a loaded syringe. But that's the tip of the iceberg, as when his car is searched, multiple adult toys are also discovered in the car. Despite what's been found, Jeffrey still has the audacity to complain about the tightness in the backseat of the car. The officer now decides to interrogate him.
Has to do with the meth.
Like I said, I don't use this stuff. I'm gay, I'm significant other. And one thing led to the next, and just wanted to fool around with this person.
Who was that person? So let me just tell you right now that I know absolutely every single intimate detail of today's events.
Yeah, you probably do according to the phone line.
Okay.
The phone texts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've read every single one of them.
Yep.
100% familiar with what the intention was there. Okay.
Of
my
playing around.
Yep. Sexual acts. Yep.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm curious. One, is this the first time that you've done something like this with a minor?
I never. Why it went this far, I have no idea. On the internet, you know, what was it, a sex drive? Knew he was a minor, you know.
Jeffrey has no problem admitting he had ill intentions for the alleged 15-year-old boy, but refuses to take the charge for meth. It's terrifying enough to commit these sexual acts on a child, but to potentially get a child addicted to meth for life as well is even worse.
What was your plan when you got to Midas today?
Have some fun.
Want to expand on that? Obviously you have some fetishes, golden shower, feet stuff.
Play around, yeah.
Whatever that other person wanted to do.
Yes.
And you said this is the first time that you've considered or gone so far as to meet up with a juvenile?
Yes, never even would have considered.
What's disturbing is that Jeffrey is laughing about this whole situation like it's a joke, when there's a high chance he could have made an underage boy an addict. The officer confiscates his phone to run a search through it, trying to see if he's been involved in other matters like this before.
Yeah, put those cups back on.
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I do.
What do you think I want to go?
I don't think you're going to go anywhere with our policy. When we transport, we have to.
Can you come in the front?
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because it's against our agency policy.
Can I help you?
Yes, please. Wausau, one car or one male.
Okay, come on in.
Thank you.
Even as he's put in handcuffs, Jeffrey is snickering and giggling as if he wasn't about to commit a vile act today. His phone search reveals thousands of images of sexual interactions between animals and humans, but thankfully there are no further conversations with minors. Jeffrey is eventually charged with using a computer to facilitate a child sex crime, child enticement, and possession of meth.